This seems ridiculous to be talking about right now. Team of the year. We're still 2 months away considering this is still the beginning of December. However, despite me believing that, and likely you believe in that, other players don't believe that. They believe that this is now the perfect time to get started, and you will start to see certain things that will happen within Ultimate Team that indicate this. And in this video, I'll explain absolutely everything that is happening, that is going to happen, and it's up to you whether or not you decide it is too early or if you are going to start preparing. But before we do get into the video, if you're looking for some cheap, fast and reliable FC24 coins for the month of December, then there is no better place than U4GM. There is a link in the description down below, and if you use code Fanatic, you'll also get a 5% discount. Thank you U4GM for sponsoring today's video. Yes, I do agree. It is way too early to be talking about this. There will be several promos that we'll get to see throughout December, and we'll also be able to go and see certain promos at the beginning of January, way before Team of the Year. But preparation has already started for some players. What will happen throughout this month, and we have seen part of this, but we will see a decrease in player prices. Now, part of this has come off the back of what we've just experienced, Black Friday. With the amount of content that EA released and the packs that were on offer, we've seen a decrease in quite a lot of players. And this happens every single year. We have Ultimate Team release in which players start to increase, and then there's certain players that start to fall off, those who are overpowered but are also relatively cheap. They're not the most overpowered players within the game. And slowly, as people start to build up their coin balance, they start to look to buy into Mbappe, those god tier players who are expensive, rare, and also overpowered, where those types of players will continue to increase whereas everyone else falls off. But then Black Friday happens and everyone starts to see a slight dip. Now, this dip will level out a bit. It has, but we're gonna go and see this start to slowly decline again throughout December. Why is this? Well, quite simply, people understand the calendar. They know what's about to happen. They know the biggest event within Ultimate Team is happening towards the end of January and beginning of February. So they like to get prepared. They will go through their club, start to sell off all the most expensive players, and they're trying to capitalize on the amount of coins that they have, claiming all the coins and the highest potential value of each and every single player. Because as other people do the exact same thing with their players, slowly there's more people selling than there are people buying. This is what leads to there being a gradual decline. This of course speeds up by the time we do get to January, and even though those who then hop in at that point still are getting prepared, they're not the overly ambitious ones which are starting right now. So then they will start to go and sell their teams and all of their players to try and claim as many coins back as possible, with the intention of being able to buy better players or even the exact same players but for a fraction of the price. So whether you like it or not, people are starting to go through this process. It really comes down, and the whole point of this video is to decide at which point do you want to get involved, if you do want to get involved for that matter. Because for those who are overly ambitious, will start right now. They want to try to get as many coins as possible, and they're also going to do another thing, which is stacking packs, which we will talk a bit more about in just 1 second. If you're someone that does want to prepare but still enjoy Ultimate Team for the content that it's going to have within December, then of course you can wait until early January. And of course you can take this all the way up to the final moment, which is preparing within the final week, just before Team of the Year is released. And of course, there's the option to not prepare at all and just whatever happens, happens, which is also perfectly fine. There simply is no correct answer with this. Another thing that people like doing at this point, and we did briefly just mention it, is stacking packs. Why do people do this? Well, you can go through the various different game modes, collect packs and open them immediately, or you can save them by letting them build up within your store and wait for a big promo. Now, the idea behind this that most people go for is that due to the certain promos that get released within December, even if they are good players, because everyone understands the Ultimate Team calendar and Team of the Year is releasing within January, even those good players that are high rated and potentially overpowered, they don't really get to insane prices because, yet again, people are holding back. So there's a lot of people who like to stack their packs, ignore all the promos that get released in December and then also early January, and wait for Team of the Year, with the idea that by saving as many packs as possible, this now puts them in a better position statistically because they're now able to open a load more packs just for this one event. And I guess on paper, yes, it does make sense for this to work this way. But very similar to us players understanding the Ultimate Team calendar, EA also created the calendar. And therefore they know exactly what players are intending to go and do. In fact, EA even doubled down on this themselves by releasing certain types of pack rewards, which they also even tell you that you can save for Team of the Year as we build up closer and closer to Team of the Year. This will release weeks and even days just before. And of course, with this being EA understanding this and them being, well, trying to make Ultimate Team a money-making machine, it does also mean that if they understand that a certain amount of people are saving their packs, they're just going to slightly adjust that pack weight so that you have less of a chance by the time you do get to Team of the Year, which is, of course, probably going to be the exact same odds as if you didn't prepare like many years ago. To be honest, with this one, there isn't a correct answer, or at least I don't know what the correct answer is, because for you to know that, you're gonna have to have in-depth knowledge of what's going to happen within the future based on what EA are going to list, the rates and the chance of you being able to get someone good, which, as saying that, it still also comes down to chance, so there's still no guarantee from this. But for some, it's not about packing Team of the Years, and it's also not about selling their team in order for them to maximize coins so that they can build the best Ultimate Team during Team of the Year by buying into Team of the Year players. For some, they get bored of the content, they get bored of the Christmas content, there's nothing to really aim for. Ultimate Team has been out for quite a few months now, and you're stuck in this loop of going through these same game modes every single week, having to do the exact same tasks. That some people just want to play differently, and they do this by preparing. That's what's fun for them. So with all of this, there isn't a correct answer. The whole point of this video is to highlight that yes, people will start preparing now. That's why you're going to see changes within the market. It's also why you'll see some people who will start going through videos telling you that you should also be preparing. And it's also why there's going to be some players who will start stacking packs. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go and stack a few packs. I'm not selling my team because, quite frankly, I've been doing a pack to glory, but because I've been doing a pack to glory, it makes sense for me to stack various packs. However, unlike what I've been doing in previous years, where I would be one of those players who would start preparing, even though I am stacking packs and it does count, if there tends to be a pretty decent promo or even some SBCs that get released, which are 81 plus, 85 plus, anything like that, I'm probably still going to go for it. And I'm going to open them right now, as in the time of when they do finally release, and if there's a very good promo that's available. Because this year for me is slightly different. I was just going to play Ultimate Team like normal, except it suddenly turned into an unintentional pack to glory. I didn't have as much time this year to trade, which is what I normally do, but I still continued playing, and because of this, suddenly I was able to pack way better players than what I was able to trade to. I still do trading occasionally, but because it fell into this unintentional pack to glory, it meant that when I did finally get coins, there wasn't really a point to buy players for my team. Instead, I bought players, threw them into SBCs, completed those, and somehow managed to get even better players, which just was lucky. And that's why I've been able to build what I think is an okay team for what is a pack to glory, and for the amount of time that I am still playing. So as I'm stacking packs, if EA does release a promo where I'm looking at quite a few players and thinking it would be nice to have them, I'm certainly going to test my luck. I probably won't open every single pack because I still want to save some for Team of the Year, but I may go through and open 5 or 10 here and there just to see what I can get. If I don't get anything, it doesn't matter. If I do get something, awesome. I get to improve my pack to glory. But anyway, this is likely to be the first Team of the Year video of many to follow, not just from me, but many other creators as well. I'm curious to know exactly what you guys are doing. Let me know in the comment section down below, whether or not you are going to be someone that's going to start preparing, whether you're going to wait a few weeks, maybe even go all the way up to just a few weeks before Team of the Year is released, or maybe you're not even going to prepare at all. You're just going to open your packs and test your luck. If you enjoyed this video, then I highly recommend clicking the next video on screen. That video has been specifically selected just for you. I hope you enjoy.